Chaim Weizmann was a visionary, a chemist, and a diplomat. His life not only intertwined with the pivotal moments of Jewish history, but helped shape the very foundation of the State of Israel. From his humble beginnings in a small village to his role as a leader on the world stage, Weizmann's journey is one of perseverance, intellect, and extraordinary dedication. Born in 1874 in Motol, a modest village in what is now Belarus, Weizmann grew up in a deeply traditional Jewish family. The village, though small, provided a backdrop for his early education and a profound connection to his Jewish roots. It was here that young Weizmann first exhibited a passion for learning and a vision beyond the confines of his environment. At just 11 years old, he left home to attend high school in Pinsk, a larger town known for its vibrant Jewish culture. By the time he reached adulthood, Weizmann had set his sights on Europe's academic circles. In 1899, after years of rigorous study, Weizmann earned his PhD in organic chemistry from the University of Geneva in Switzerland. His early research laid the foundation for a brilliant scientific career. But while chemistry was his profession, the Zionist movement, which is a nationalist movement advocating for the establishment and support of a Jewish state in the historic land of Israel, was his true calling. By the early 20th century, Weizmann was emerging as a leading figure in the effort to establish a Jewish homeland. When World War I broke out in 1914, Weizmann's expertise as a chemist became indispensable. Britain faced a critical shortage of acetone, a key ingredient in the production of cordite, an essential smokeless explosive used by its armed forces. Traditional sources of acetone were insufficient, threatening the war effort. In 1915, Weizmann developed a revolutionary method to produce acetone through bacterial fermentation. Using maize and other crops, his process not only solved Britain's shortage but revolutionized industrial chemistry. His scientific innovation earned him immense respect from British officials, including David Lloyd George, the Minister of Munitions, and later the Prime Minister. But Weizmann was not one to seek wealth or accolades. Instead, he saw this as an opportunity to advance Zionism. He argued passionately for the Jewish right to a homeland in Palestine, leveraging his newfound connections with Britain's leaders. In 1917, his efforts bore fruit in the form of the Balfour Declaration, a historic letter from the British government affirming its support for a Jewish homeland in Palestine. This monumental document would become a cornerstone of modern Zionism, even as it stirred controversy in the years to come. By the 1930s, Europe was teetering on the brink of catastrophe. Adolf Hitler's rise to power and the growing wave of anti-Semitism posed an existential threat to European Jewry. Weizmann, as a leader of the Zionist movement, stepped forward to confront the crisis. He tirelessly lobbied governments and organizations advocating for Jewish emigration to Palestine, a lifeline for those escaping persecution. But political obstacles loomed large. The 1939 White Paper issued by Britain severely limited Jewish immigration to Palestine, even as Nazi atrocities escalated. Frustrated but undeterred, Weizmann continued his fight, stating, "I stand ready to place all the resources of the Jewish people at your disposal." Throughout the war, Weizmann mobilized Jewish scientific talent to aid the Allied forces. Yet, as the Holocaust unfolded, millions of Jews were left trapped in Europe, unable to escape due to restrictive immigration policies. After the war, Weizmann focused his energy on resettling Holocaust survivors in Palestine, meeting with influential leaders like Franklin D. Roosevelt and Harry Truman. In 1947, his relentless diplomacy contributed to the United Nations decision to partition Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. It was a moment of triumph for Zionism, though it set the stage for a difficult and turbulent future. When Israel declared its independence in 1948, Chaim Weizmann, then 73 years old, was elected as its first president. Though his role was largely ceremonial, Weizmann's presence as a seasoned statesman provided stability and legitimacy to the fledgling nation. Israel's early days were marked by immense challenges. The new state faced an immediate invasion by neighboring Arab nations and the monumental task of absorbing hundreds of thousands of Jewish refugees from war-torn Europe and Arab countries. Weizmann used his diplomatic acumen to advocate for international recognition and support, particularly from the United States. Even as president, Weizmann never abandoned his love for science and education. He championed the establishment of the Weizmann Institute of Science, now a world-class research center in Rehovot, Israel. For him, scientific advancement was not just a passion, but a cornerstone of nation-building. Chaim Weizmann passed away in 1952, but his legacy lives on. He was a man who bridged the worlds of science and politics, a leader who turned vision into reality. The state of Israel, with all its challenges and triumphs, stands as a testament to his life's work. Stay curious, stay informed, stay tuned to Era Shapers.